Good afternoon, I'm Laura Alyssa Plate.
And I'm Hollis Meyer.
Start the timer because we've got 4 minutes to give you all the news you need from Piedmont sports to national politics. You're watching The Four.
Thank God we got paid yesterday. I'm celebrating by buying myself a brand spanking new bottle of detergent.
$100 in kid money is about $20 in adult money, but hey, I can finally get gas again.
CAB has open officer positions. These are paid student worker positions that give students experience in event planning, budgeting, and leadership. Applications are due September 6th at 5 p.m.
The hours of the Learning Center have changed. Tutoring, study hall, and SNAP groups will be available Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m.
The Learning Center space will be available on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but there won't be any appointments or study hall hours offered. I think you can still use the Keurig though, and that's what matters.
Convocation will be next Tuesday, September 3rd at 11 a.m. in the chapel. The administration asks that you wear your Sunday best. Freshmen, be sure to get there as early as possible because a full house is expected.
CAB is hosting a silent disco on Saturday, September 7th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. in the Commons. There will be games, food, and there's gonna be food!
Remember that the shuttle schedule has changed and that it no longer is accepting calls for pickup. Refer to your Living Like a Lion email to see the new schedule and pickup points.
And a big thank you to all the Lions that donated blood to the Red Cross on Tuesday. Nearly every 2 seconds, someone needs blood in the United States, and together we've helped those in need.
The Lions are taking the spotlight once again as men's golf, soccer, volleyball, cycling, and cross country begin their seasons this weekend. Volleyball will be competing against Truett McConnell on September 3rd at 7 p.m. in Cave Arena for their Demarest home opener. Be sure to get out and support all our Lions throughout the season.
Be sure to check out the previews in the first edition of The Roar, which hit the stands this morning.
The University of Georgia will be on the road at Vandy tomorrow for their SEC opener. You can catch the game on the SEC network at 7:30, or you can catch them in Sanford Stadium when they return for their home opener against Murray State next weekend.
Great! Go sports ball or whatever. Tropical Storm Dorian made the news this week, which should serve as a gentle reminder that it is hurricane season again. For those of you who were here at Piedmont during Hurricane Irma in 2017, you'll remember that these storms have the potential to affect us directly. Be sure to stay up to date with storms in the Gulf and the Atlantic, and to read any communications from Res Life with instructions about student safety.
You're right, it is natural disaster season, and the Amazon is still on fire this week. The glimmer of hope? Canada is sending $15 million in aid and water bombers to fight the fire. Leonardo DiCaprio is starting a fund with $5 million to fight the fire, and the G7 summit came up with $22 million to fight the fire, which Brazil is set to reject.
And what's the United States gonna do? Trump didn't attend the G7 meeting where they decided to offer aid to Brazil, and Jeff Bezos only cares about the kind of Amazon that pays him. Corporate greed. What are you gonna do?
Well, alrighty then. Joining us tonight from The Roar is our arts and entertainment editor, Anna Watson, for a special segment on fall fashion.
Thank you, Laura Alyssa, and now we are going to talk about the key from switching your wardrobe from summer to fall as we get colder later into August. Now, the main essential piece of clothing will be a sweater or a jacket. So if I take this off, my walk to class is going to be the perfect temperature because it may be a little hot and I may work up a sweat as I get there. But if I put it back on, I'm just cool enough to sit in class for an hour, hour 15, depending on which day it is, and be comfortable. Now when it gets even colder, just got to swing on a little jacket. It's a lot better when it gets even colder since this is knit, it's got a lot of holes in it. This is much better at keeping the temperature even. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Anna. Hey, guess what time it is?
Peanut butter jelly time?
No, silly. It's time to wrap up the broadcast with some good news.
You're right! And we have some very special news today. In fact, it has us singing, cheering, and maybe even a little bit of pranking. Because it's Dr. Joe Dennis's birthday, so Lions, if you see the department chair for mass communications wandering around, probably in a fedora, be sure to tell him happy 43rd birthday.
Happy birthday, Dr. Dennis. Well, that's The Four. Be sure to tune in next week for more news brought to you by The Roar.